My love
don't
don't cost a thing.
Featuring one of
Apparently
my
it was too
cats up
much to
here.
get... What'd you say?
See the cat up here?
Oh, I see the
He's been in
cat.
he's been in most of the bloopers.
Yeah.
He wasn't there during the video.
Hi, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Dell.
And this is the Black Catch-Up, where we're catching up on iconic black media we missed out on in our more conservative religious childhood.
So today we had
Love Don't Cost a Thing. Yes. So it's another Nick Cannon movie. I think this is our second time watching a Nick Cannon movie because we watched Drumline a while ago. And I don't think we've watched any other things from
It
him.
felt like we did watch one more, but I don't think we did. I couldn't think of another one either. But
Yeah, I think it's
seems
just
like I've seen a lot
Drumline
of
that we
them,
saw.
but yeah.
Yeah. It could be because Nick Cannon was in the news a lot for having like 50 kids. He has like 7, but it was a lot of kids in like a short period of time.
Yeah.
So, as always, IMDb. A high school loser pays a cheerleader to pose as his girlfriend so he can be considered cool. So,
Okay,
yeah, that is what happens. And
That's what happened,
yeah. So, first off, things we liked. Who wants to start?
Yeah, I guess I'll start.
Yeah.
I thought Nick Cannon was pretty okay in this one.
Yeah.
I feel like he I don't know if he's was typecast as a kid, but it seemed like he always plays that kind of annoying kid who's I don't know, is super cocky at some point.
Yeah. I can see
I don't know,
that.
so he did good at that, I think. And he had some funny moments as well.
He went on more of a journey here than he did in Drumline, definitely. Because
Yeah,
Drumline, he
definitely.
definitely stayed the same.
Yeah.
But this one,
But, Yeah, I thought he was pretty entertaining to watch in this one, and he definitely showed a bit of range in this one, especially compared to Drumline.
I feel like I shouted out everyone else but Nick Cannon in my notes of what my positives were. The little sister was absolutely hilarious. She was so funny. There was one line. It was when she found out that he was going on his date or something like that, and she walked up to her parents. She was like, "He's on drugs," and they're like, "What?" And he's like, "He thinks he's going on a date. He must be on drugs." And she was just funny. Every time she came on, I got happy because I was like, I know she's gonna say another She was hilarious.
Yeah. No, I really liked the scenes with the family overall. I thought Steve Harvey was really funny as the dad.
Steve
the
Harvey
mom
as
was
the
good as
dad.
well, just giving her little looks from the background. But Steve Harvey was my next one. I thought Steve Harvey was really funny in this one.
Speaking of Steve Harvey, the specific scene I had that I loved him in was the scene where he was teaching Nick Cannon's character how to open a condom wrapper.
No, that was a good scene.
Laughed out loud. I full on belly laughed at that scene. And I feel like that doesn't happen that often when I watch a movie where I'm audibly laughing. But that scene was it was so funny.
Yeah, no,
And he,
especially his body language in that one where he's getting close to his kid, slapping him on the thigh and stuff like that. That scene was gold.
And the part where he rips it open with his teeth and then he tries to do the flick thing, but then the condom flicks on his shoulder and he's
yeah. Yeah.
Such a good scene.
Yeah.
Is it you or me? Or did that...
Yeah, it's you. My next one was Steve Harvey. That was my next
one. Okay. So, my next thing was... I guess I'm just going to keep shouting out people. Kenan Thompson, he's been funny since we were kids, and he has not stopped being funny. He was great. The whole nerdy little gang was great, but, Kenan, you can always rely on Kenan for a laugh, and that has not stopped being true since, his All That days.
Yeah.
He's so funny. There were, even the little touches where he, sewed the Sean Johnson label into the jeans and that little scene.
Yeah.
The scene with the nerdy guys, this is, bleeding into the nerdy guys in general, but the scene where they were, practicing how to open and, get into the car.
Oh, yeah.
When they built the car, before, Nick Cannon, took it for his whatever thing.
Yeah, he's
just,
want to see our little routine, and they do the little,
yeah, and they all have, glasses, and they're, it was so funny.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, my next thing, I just like the overall, premise of the movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was, super cheesy, but also, kind of fun.
Yeah.
Just him, pretending to be someone that you see him be kind of cool. And even, the, his nerdy friend, that was, a real storyline there, too.
Yeah.
You know, like him like going to college for like his car thing. I thought it worked nicely in the movie. Like,
yeah.
Even when he was popular, he still kind of did keep his car thing and like would talk about it and like I think he fixed the popular guy's car or something.
Yeah, with the condom. That's when he first did the condom trick to like fix the car. I like that kind of like was the thing that he was nerdy for, but it like was also the key to him becoming popular because after that, that was the real turning point and people like starting to like him, I guess.
Exactly. And like he definitely was being like a fake, like, you know, kind of like showing up, but like part of it was still him.
Yeah.
You know, like at least like that part of it and things like that. So yeah, I just thought it was like a fun movie overall.
Yeah, I also like the premise. It was just like it was a solid premise. It's like such a cliche though, like fake dating. Like, come on.
Yeah, no,
but
it definitely was.
It worked well. It worked really well, if you ask me. The last thing I have is just the line where all the friends are grilling Paris, and she says, "I don't believe I granted an interview." There were lots of little zingers like that, and I just really liked that line in particular. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, she's got lines. She's got little clapbacks over there."
Nice. I guess negatives?
Yeah, negatives.
Okay, yeah, you want to start?
Yeah, I could start off. I guess my biggest negative was that they didn't give Paris enough depth, like, in general. Like, I feel as though all the little nerdy friends were characters, but Paris was, like, they were so close to fully making her a character. It just seemed as though everything that we learned about her was kind of tacked on. Because, like, even when we learned about the fact that she wanted to play music, it just, like, sort of came out of nowhere to me. And then in the end, she kind of was like, that was my song lyrics. And I was like, wait, oh yeah, music? What? It just kind of... They could have done a better job of making it seem as though that was a hidden part of her that she kind of, like, had to keep hidden to be popular. It kind of... Because before, other than that, it just seemed as though she was popular and, like, that was all there was to her. And when they added the depth, it wasn't, like, something that, like, we had seen sneak peeks of. It just was like, and by the way, she plays the guitar. And it's like, whoa, when did that happen?
Yeah. No, that dub felt, like, super forced. I remember that scene coming on. I was like, oh, she plays guitar. And I was like, wait, we had nothing to lead up to that.
We had nothing to lead up to it. We didn't
hear her, like, listen to music, anything, you know?
And Christina Milian's a really good singer, so it's not even like she had to, like, sneak out. Like, when she drives her friends to school, she has to, like, quick move around her CDs, so it's not, like, her handwritten songs or, like, her original songs or anything like that. Yeah. They could have done something where, like, she was looking at, like, music stuff when they were in class, and then her friends come and she has to, like, quickly hide it. They didn't do anything like that. They kind of just were like, by the way, she likes music, and it just didn't... the dots never connected. Even in the end, when it seemed like it came full circle, because Nick Cannon was using her song lyrics to get with that girl, I was like, oh yeah, I guess she does write songs. We don't really talk about it.
Yeah. And, like, even when that scene came on of him using the song lyrics, it's like, in my head, I was like, oh, that's probably the girl's song lyrics, even though I wasn't paying attention. You know? And it, like, happened to me. I was like, oh, of course. I forgot she had the music thing going on.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, no, definitely.
Even the club scene where they were, like, where he took her on their, like, last date, where he took her to the open mic night or whatever, and she's like, I'd never do that. And he was like, yeah, you could. And I thought that was going to lead to him signing her up to go up, but it didn't. They just left. And I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, well, I missed that whole little interaction. See, like, so
it was like such a blink and you miss it scene. It was it was after she was playing guitar. He, like, took her to the open mic night. We saw the guy on stage, and she was like, I know it's cheesy, but I kind of wanted to, like, I wish I could go someplace where no one knows who I am at all. And I'm like, that's very easy because no one knows who you are now. And she was like, yeah, and I want to, like, play music, da-da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, you should get up there. And she's like, I could never do that. And he's like, you totally could. And I was like, the next step in that scene is her name being called up there because he, like, secretly snuck out and did it. But no, that was not the next scene. The next scene was them, like, outside, and he's like, we're going to break up, and she, like, thinks he's going to kiss her. I was like... We skipped a step. Like, what are we doing?
Okay, yeah. The things I thought, like, the ending was just fell super flat for me. Like,
it fell so flat.
The final speeches at the end was, like, bad speech after bad speech. I think Steve Harvey gave one that was, like, kind of weak. And then
He gave
you
such a
had that
weak speech.
scene at the basketball game that like made no sense to me.
I
They were,
have a
like,
whole
about to
separate
fight
nitpick about the
mid-game,
basketball games.
and I was like, whoa, like what's going on here? But Alvin's speech there felt like super flat. It was just very weak. Like
Yeah.
he even like brought up like he was like, yeah, I like Michael Jackson's Bad album too, and I'm like, did I miss something? Was he not like a mega pop star? Like who didn't like that album? You know?
I know
Yeah,
he got to that
you
line,
know?
and I was like, yeah, dipshit. Every black person, like every
Like,
person
that
loves
means
Michael
nothing. Like, that
Jackson's
means
Bad album.
nothing.
That means literally nothing.
Yeah.
That's almost like a null and void. That's like a null thing.
Exactly.
It's like,
exactly.
no.
Like, I assumed that, you know.
Yeah.
And then
I could like
and then,
see any
Paris
person and be
almost
like, you
gave
like
her
Michael
speech,
Jackson.
too.
Like, what?
Yeah, but Paris almost gave her speech at the end too, and I was so happy when Al finally kissed her because I could not do like 3 bad speeches in a row. So I was like, good, please, like spare this last speech, please.
And then it just ended, and I was like, I guess
and I was
so.
like, thank you. Like, I'm glad because it wasn't going anywhere positive for you. Like, the movie was fun so far, and like, just end it, okay?
They just killed the ending. It's like seeing someone do like a great gymnastics routine and then just falling on their face at the end.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is great. Then you get to the end, you're like, whoa, this sucked. Like, what'd you do?
Yeah.
My gripe about the basketball scene was because there were a couple of basketball games in the movies. The big thing I had was like, why were there no teachers? Because these people were like literally stopping in the middle of games to like bully students for sittings somewhere. I was like, you should be focused on scoring.
Everyone was just watching like it's not mid-game. Like, they didn't just walk up into the crowd and threaten someone's life. Like, come on. Like, where are the coaches? Where are the referees? No one?
That always got me. I was like, because they did it like at least twice in this movie. And I was like...
No, they did, yeah.
They did it at least twice, and I was like, you're in the middle of the game. Like... What? First of all, you couldn't see the other team. Like, the other team all but disappeared when these scenes happened. But then, like, they, like, stopped the game to, like, go bully kids. And I was like, where are the teachers? Where are the refs? Where's anybody's mom and dad? Like, where are the adults in this world?
There was a time where I thought, oh, maybe it's practice. But then they kept showing the crowd. And I'm like, okay, no, all of these people aren't here for practice. And then the crowd, like, cheers after the fight. And I'm like, so you guys are sitting there watching what's going down then? Like, why is no one interfering? Nothing?
Yeah, because if you want to make them be losers, you kind of need the crowd engaged in the fight either way. You either need them, like, really cheering on the bullies, or you need them, like, trying to defend... Like, the crowd was kind of just, like... They were silent.
They were dead silent during... Everything was silent. You just hear him, like, the spotlight goes on the kid. Like, again, there should have been a game going on.
Yeah.
But, like, all of a sudden, the spotlight's on these 2 guys in the crowd beefing. Everyone else is silent till the very end. Like, it made no sense to me. No sense.
It was so upsetting. I was like, ew. Like, granted, I don't watch basketball, but this isn't it. This isn't it at all.
And that's not how, like... And then, like, you're in high school. Like, there's no way, like, fights are happening and no one else is getting involved. Like,
I know.
You all know each other. Like, you all go to school every day. It's not like some stranger fighting, you know? Like,
yeah.
These are your people, presumably.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
And it's not even like an anonymous thing. Like, you can find the people who are fighting because they're on the court. Like, how come there were no bell rings from the ref? I mean, whistle rings from the ref. There was nothing. I was like, why are we not stopping this? They're, like, literally fighting mid-game. Everyone's silent. Where are the adults?
Yep. Yeah, it's just really weird scenes. Those were just 2 really weird scenes. It was like, what am I watching right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my main gripes. Do you have anything else?
One of my nitpicks, I have 2 other things. One of my nitpicks was the pool party scene in the beginning. It just didn't... parts of it worked. The part that didn't work was how dirty that pool was. Because it should have been a thing where the pool was clean and, like, the mom mixed up the dates with him or something like that. And he, like, regularly comes, but, like... She had him come a little bit earlier, but he's, like, still doing the schedule or something like that. Because that pool was dirty as I don't know what. And there were still kids in their swimsuits, so I was like, are they just gonna, like, swim in this dirty-ass pool for this pool party?
Yeah.
Like, granted...
That goes on the mom, because, like, the pool cleaner comes before the pool party every time.
Yeah,
like, once the party's happening, you don't need the pool cleaner, because, like, it's too late at that point. You know?
It's too late. I was like... Someone effed up over here. Someone messed up. That pool needed to be cleaned beforehand. So then at that point, if he comes, it doesn't, like... The whole pool... That just really irked me. Because I was like, why is this pool party, like... Why is this pool so gross? Like...
Yeah, no one... It looked like no one was in the pool, but, like... the whole backyard looked kind of gross, honestly. You know, but
no one was in the pool.
And again, like, the pool cleaner didn't need to be there at that point if no one was in the pool because it was gross anyway. Like, he's not gonna finish cleaning the pool like mid-party, you know?
Yeah. So, but it also bugged me because people were in swimsuits, so I was like, it seems like some people have a plan to be in this pool, but this pool is disgusting. Like, what's going on over there?
Maybe they came thinking the pool would be clean, then saw it and like, oh,
they were like,
I'll just stand by the side, you know?
It is still a hot day. Oh.
Yeah.
My last nitpick was that they didn't play the song. They didn't play Love Don't Cost a Thing. That's not in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I spent the whole movie thinking, I was like singing the song in my head because I know it. It's a Jennifer Lopez song from like 2001. And I was like, all right, they're going to play the song like at the end or something. Or like during the montage when she's like making him not look like a unibrowed freak or whatever. But no. That was just like a nitpicky thing, because it wasn't like, this movie wasn't made for the song or anything like that. It wasn't like a movie based on the song. But I was like, why are we not playing this song? Yeah. Could no one call up J-Lo?
Yeah, must not have gotten like the rights for the music.
This was still like Jenny from the Block days. She would have done it, I think. She would have done it.
Yeah, and like Nick Cannon, Christina Milian, like Steve Harvey was in this. He could have...
They could have got it. They could have got her.
Rating time?
Yeah, ratings.
I give this one a 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Like, again, wasn't like the best movie ever. Wasn't the worst. It was just like kind of just a fun watch, easy to watch. Like a lot of just really goofy moments between like Steve Harvey, Nick Cannon, like I don't know, like his family, things like that. So yeah, it was just like an enjoyable watch. Nothing too serious was really going on in the movie, which I appreciated for what the movie was.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me it got 2.5 stars.
I gave this a solid 3. The plot was very paint by numbers and super cheesy, but it was entertaining, like, until the very end. I mean, except for the very end, I guess is what I should say. Yeah. Because the end was like, whew, they really fumbled that ball right over there. Most of the people in the movie were actually like super duper funny, which made it entertaining to watch. And I just had a good time watching it. Like, and this is such an easy watch too. It's something that you can like, once you've seen it, you can like go in and out of something. A perfect like afternoon, like Sunday afternoon movie, which is when I happened to watch this. Like, great. It was very cheesy. It hit that perfect cheesy sweet spot.
Yeah, definitely. Final question. Do you wish you saw this movie sooner? Yeah.
I guess I'll go first, and I'll say a very enthusiastic yes. I said this for Save the Last Dance. This is something that teenage me would have eaten up with a spoon. It was, oh my gosh, I loved how cheesy it was. I don't know if I would have liked it better when I were younger. Yeah, maybe I would have been less annoyed by the speeches when I were younger, but even I have a feeling that even then I would have been like, this is some bullshit at the end. But even I think I would have had a great time seeing this earlier. Teen me would have loved this.
Nice. I almost said yes too, but I couldn't think of like a strong enough reason other than like I enjoyed it as like that cheesy movie. Yeah. But honestly, I feel like I enjoyed it as a cheesy movie now, and kind of like you, I don't know if I would have enjoyed it more earlier. But I definitely did enjoy it now. It was like super comfortable seeing it now. So yeah, it's like a kind of a light no for me. But this is probably on that list of like movies I'd throw on again at some point.
Oh, I totally would. Before it leaves Netflix, it apparently leaves Netflix at the end of the month. I don't know when you guys are seeing this, but it leaves Netflix December 31st.
Yes, I don't know if I'll watch it again in the next like 20 days or whatever. But yeah. Maybe if it gets back on Netflix, I'll be like, Love Don't Cost a Thing is back on Netflix, you know?
But yeah, that was Love Don't Cost a Thing.
It was. YouTube housekeeping, like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell for notifications. If you have any movie suggestions for us, you can leave them in the comments down below. We do movies on Tuesdays and Fridays. All of our socials will be linked in the description box down below. And we'll see you next time to catch up. Bye!
The only other thing I have to say about this movie, I spent like the first like 20 to 30 minutes trying to figure out if Nick Cannon actually had a unibrow. Like, when I tell you, like, I was like, wait, he has a unibrow in this movie, but like, does he have one in real life? Because it looks so real. And I'm like, his brow does kind of get dark there in real life. Maybe
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I just missed it. You know,
that was
maybe
a good.
He, like, recently got something done, but
that was a nicely done unibrow, I will say. If it was,
it
fake,
was very nice.
It was
I think
really-
it was because she did take it off at some point.
Yeah.
There was that scene where he became cool and they took it off. So I'm like, okay, he probably doesn't have a unibrow. He probably just did it for the nerdy look. But
Yeah.
I definitely was confused for the first like 25 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
does Nick Cannon have a unibrow?